G'day guys, Reese from Getting Off Track. The following video is a install of a Brown & Davis 185 litre long range fuel tank on my 2018 dual cab 70 series Landcruiser. Just working on the 79 the sub, dropping in a Brown & Davis 185 litre long range tank. So I'll just do a little basic install video. There's nothing really on YouTube or anything that I could find, so I'll just sort of video it along the way as I go. So first step, that's your pickup line. You just need a set of pliers, squish that clamp, pull it down, pull the hose off. And the same goes for the return line. Just got to take the filler hose off now and the breather hose for the filler. Undo the tank straps and drop it down. So just loosening off the filler tube hose clamp at the tank so I can pull that tube off. I've taken off the breather line for the filler, set of pliers. I'll get this off and then I'll put it back up on the hoist and then get those tank straps off. Don't forget to disconnect your fuel sender. It's on the left hand side. It's just in this little plastic housing here, clipped to the side of your chassis rail. So disconnect that. Put it up on the tank so that can all come down. Righto, so I got the tank supported there with the jack on the hoist. I'm lucky enough to have a hoist in my backyard, so it makes things a bit easier. I just dropped out the two 14mm bolts, holding the straps on the rear, and now I'll just try and lower the tank down. Don't make the same mistake I did. I'm doing this with 3/4 tank of fuel, which is not ideal. So try and run your tank down a bit, but just how it worked out. I didn't expect delivery so soon, and yeah, it called out. Anyhow, we'll work with what we got. Righto, so I got the tank out, got that on the ground. I don't know if it's a very good view, but I'm going to take these both these top rails out, which the tank was secured up against. 4 bolts on each, 2 at each end on the top, 14mm. You can get them with a socket or a ratchet spanner. And I just got these last 4 bolts underneath that retain on the front of this cross member here. So these nuts here are spot welded to this piece. So I had to lift it up to get under here to break those welds with the breaker bar, and then there's the bolt heads on the other side, so you got to put a spanner on the inside of this channel up in here, and then yeah, rattle off from this side. So I'll get them out now, and they're both 15mm. You can see the spot welds just on the inside of that nut there. No, for me it's a bit of a pain in the ass to try and get something up in that channel to undo it, so yeah, I've just decided to use the breaker bar and crack the welds. So just got to install the front tank bracket here. So it sits up on your original tank bracket points there. You got those four points. So that just sits up there like that. And you got your 4 bolts, bang, 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 bang. So you obviously secure them through the top, and that's your front bracket done. Right, I got just starting to fit up the new fuel tank now. So the old sender directly bolts straight into the new tank, and it says in the instructions, make sure the float of the sender is 3mm from the bottom of the tank. So I don't know if I can. No, it's a bit dark in there. You can sort of just see it there, but you can see through this hole, get a rough estimate of where it is, and adjust it if need be. So yeah, I just pulled it back out, bent it up a little bit, and then got my 3mm. So here's everything that comes in the kit with the tank. Got your 2 hoses, the pickup and return that go onto the original pipe work there. You got your 4 nuts that bolt your rear brackets onto the chassis. They come with this little tail here, obviously to assist you putting them in, but I can get my hand in there, no worries. So I'm just going to lop them off before I put them in. You got all your belts, hose clamps, and all your fittings there. So your rear brackets that go on that cross member there. So this is the driver's side. So that sort of 45 angle has to be on the towards the outside of the vehicle. Just put it up there like that. Lines up with the existing holes. You get your nuts on that plate provided. Up in behind that, in that channel in here. And then your M30, your M10 by 30 bolt with the spring washer and the small flat washers. Because there's large panel washers there for later on. So that's what goes in these 4 holes for that first piece. Alright, I've got those bolted in there like that. See if I can show you the inside. You got your nuts in there. Like so. Just got to put the 2 bolts in the top on each of these, which are the original ones. Alright, just about to put on the bracket that matches up on the other side of this one. You'll see these cutouts, they got to be on the outside of the vehicles, because there's a raised section, like a section there it's got to miss on that cross member there. So bolt them up under there. A little bit of dicking around, but I'll line them up and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so I got the rear brackets all bolted up now. That's what they look like. Sorry about the shitty angles, but doing the best I can. Rightio, just getting all the fittings in now. So this is the front side of the tank where your fuel pickup and return are. And that's your driver's side filler. So your pickup line drops into the left hand side hole, looking at the front of the tank, and you got your return here, your little barb goes on the right hand side. So I've just put a bit of thread tape on both those. Your other little barb here goes on the driver's side above the fuel sender. So just screw them in there. I'll do them up all tight. You're supposed to put a little bit of diesel in your tank, give it a slosh around, and then drain the contents with your drain plug there, just so it's all nice and clean. No little bits of swarf or anything from production. So I'll be doing that, and then I'll be on to the next step. Just put my tank I pulled out with fuel up on the forky and just siphon it a bit in here to give it a clean out. Right, I'll flush the tank out. There's a couple of bowls I took out. Pretty clean. Nothing really in there, so that's good. So I've just got it set up on the forky now. I'm just going to come in under there and lift it up. You don't need a forklift, but I'm just lucky enough I got one and I've got no one else around, so I've got to use mechanical aids to help me out. It makes it a bit easier. So I've pretty much got it in position there now at the forklift. It's time to I'm going to bolt up the rear first, and you got your 4 M10 by 20 bolts, spring washer, and your flat panel washers. So they'll go up along those 4 mounting holes there. Alright, got the rear bolts all bolted up. Now I got the front bolts, the M10 by 75mm long. Got your spring washer on the bottom and your flat panel washer on top of that. So I'll get them in, and then I'll be able to get the forklift out from under the tank. Righto, tank's all fitted up. I've got the pickup and the return lines run over that cross member, and then I'll get zip tied up, but then they got to go to those 2 tubes there. Obviously the bigger one being your pickup and the smaller one being the return. So hoses, they're all cut to length. Slide them on, put your hose clamps on, should be good to go. I'll drop it down then and put the filler and filler breather onto the tank and fill the tank, and should be good to go. everything's done there. Got your tank breather here. I've just zip tied it up to your fast fill breather. Everything's all tightened up, all good to go now. Got the hoses run across that top cross member there. I'll probably wrap some rubber around that at a later stage just to stop the hoses rubbing on it. But yeah, all in all, Brown & Davis 79 dual cab long range tank. Very good install. Self-explanatory instructions. Easy to do, especially with the tools I got, the forklift and the hoist. That just made it super easy. Probably took me maybe 2.5 hours in total. It says 3.5 on the instructions, so pretty good, I think. Probably do it quicker now that I know how to do it. But yeah, hope this video helped you guys out, because I couldn't find anything. I like to sort of watch stuff before I go and do stuff, but I couldn't find anything on it. So all the best and good luck.